Okay, so how to apply the line weight technique? You definitely know that this particular line here, because it's between air and a surface, should be a thick line. So how do we do thick lines, medium lines, and thin lines in AutoCAD? Well, offices, architectural offices normally have their own plot style standard. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Layout tab and set up our Layout tab by right-clicking on it, select Page Setup Manager, select the layout, and modify it. Now, what we want to do is we want to select the PDF printer. Okay, so select a PDF printer. I think Microsoft Print PDF is installed here. In the lab, you need to print to a lab printer. The lab printer are able to are able to print 11 by 17 or larger format. So for this particular lesson, we're just going to use a Microsoft Print to PDF format. Okay. Now, next, we want to select a tabloid size paper, which is 11 by 17. Okay. Layout. And we're going to select millimeters and make sure 1:1 is showing. Now, this is going to be a 279 millimeter by 432 millimeter paper. So that's the 11 by 17 inches paper. And that will be the white sheet right here. Okay. Next, we're going to select here our plot style, but we don't have it here. So how do we select or set up the standard plot style that Sheridan uses? And then other offices actually have their own. So we'll create a new one, start from scratch, next, and then name this arch or arc. Okay. So this will be similar to the plot style that we have in Sheridan. Now, other offices will have their own name. Okay, so we're just going to follow Sheridan standard. Click on next, and then finish. Okay, click on next, and then click on finish. That's it. We now created a plot style, and we're going to edit this plot style so that the settings will be similar to what we have for the Sheridan architecture. Okay, so while color 1 is selected, select or hold down the shift key and select color 8. Now from there, you want to change that to print as black. Now, why did we do this? Our laser printers can print. Our laser printer can print black and white and grayscale printouts. We don't have color. So that's why we want the printout to be printed as black. Okay. And then select color 1. Color 1 should have a particular line weight. That's a thin line weight. For Sheridan, it's 0.13. Color 2, again, will print as black. And we assign the 0.5 line weight thickness. Green will print as black, and it is also 0.13 in thickness, so 0.13 millimeter. Cyan is the thickest, again will print as black, and the line weight is 0.7. Blue is similar to yellow, so again will print as black, and the line weight is 0.5. Okay. Magenta is a little bit thinner, so we'll print as black, and it will print at 0.25. Okay. And then color 7 will print at a thinner line width. So I think 0.25 as well. I might be wrong, but we can change that if the standard is different, okay? And then 8, color 8 is the thinnest. So that will print at, if I'm not mistaken, 0.05. Okay, so those are the colors. By the way, these are the index colors, right? There are some shade of red here. That's not the red that we are talking about. Okay, so click Save and Close, and then click on Display Plot Style. Click OK, and close. Okay. So notice that now the print is showing as black, right? And even the ones that we have here, they are black. Okay. Now, let's go back here and change this to color yellow, right? So this and that and this, right? Edges and this, right? They're touching air. The line is between air and the surface. So that one should be either yellow or cyan. So let's make it cyan. And then hit the escape key, select this or lines that are in between surfaces, and then change that to a medium thickness color. So let's say I'll make that magenta, right? So that you'll see the difference. Okay, so we've changed the colors. Now let's go back to the layout tab. Okay, nothing changed. Well, it turns out you still need to type LW, shortcut for line weight, and then click on display line weight. Click OK, and there you go. See, there's a change in the thickness. Now, it's really thick, or shows that it's really thick because it's actually a small image, right? So what we want to do is select the viewport while in Paperspace. I'll have a lecture on Paperspace and model space next. So this is Paperspace. If you're not in Paperspace, type PS. That's a shortcut for Paperspace. And then you can select this and extend this. Okay. Double click inside, maybe extend this also. Okay. See, that's a small drawing. This is our 11 by 17 paper, and that's the small drawing. So double click inside and zoom in, right? Maybe even type Z, space bar, and window your image. So it gets maximized. Now to go to models Paperspace, so we double click inside. So we're now in model space. Model space is similar to the model tab. So we're seeing what we can see in the model tab. So double click outside or type PS to go to Paperspace. Again, double click inside to go to model space, so you can zoom in and out. Let's hit undo. Double click outside to go to Paperspace, and you're zooming in and out of the paper. Okay, let's zoom in and see the difference. There you go. We have now a thick line, cyan, and magenta, which is this is 0.7, this is 0.25. So go ahead, continue working on your tracing, and make sure you change the line weights so that your image, right, will pop out.